Hello and welcome to EJ Sport. My name is Guy and this is my predictions video for Battleground. Now, I have gone through the card, I've gone by the website's version of the card. No doubt on the night it will probably change like it always does. But we'll start off with a kickoff show and we've got the Usos versus Breezango. I know this was arranged last minute, but I've gone with the Usos. I think there is going to be meaning to every result this evening. On that evening. I do think that the Usos winning over Breezango, being relatively jobbers anyway, I think Usos will try and insert some dominance going into SmackDown and Raw being separate divisions for the tag teams. So I do think Usos will have it over on the Breezango side. I'm not going to go spend too much because it's a kickoff show. To kick off, we have Becky Lynch versus Natalya. I actually think Natalya is going to win this one. I think she's going to have more of a heel to herself when it comes to facing off the women's title. I'll explain. I think Sasha Banks will be winning the title against Charlotte at SummerSlam, and in order to have somebody cross promotion between Raw and SmackDown, I think Becky Lynch will probably get there eventually, but I think for initial feuds, for Sasha to establish herself as a plausible champion and to say that she's at least defended it once, I think it's better to have that against Natalya than it has to have Becky Lynch, because I feel that Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks could be quite a good feud in the future, possibly leading into the Royal Rumble or maybe even WrestleMania. Next up is the highlight reel. Randy Orton's going to appear on the highlight reel. My only prediction here is that Randy Orton will RKO Chris Jericho, and let's hope he does, because let's face it, he deserves it. Drink it in, man, as he's been saying recently. The US title is next, Rusev versus Zack Ryder. Let's face it, I think Mystic Meg could probably predict this one. It's going to be Rusev retaining. There's just no way Zack Ryder's going to beat him. I don't see it, and Rusev has got a lot of heat. As much as he's a bit of a pain sometimes, he's actually a good heel. He actually does his job rather well, and I think the title goes well on him until John Cena's bored of doing what he's doing. The Intercontinental Championship next. Miz versus Darren Young. Now, I see this going either one or two ways. I am going to make a definite prediction. I think the Miz is going to retain. However, I just think that there is a chance that there could be the whole Darren Young riding his luck thing. I don't want that to happen, because it means that it's just going to have no legitimacy to the Intercontinental Championship, and it kind of needs to have some legitimacy and also to be handed on to somebody better than The Miz, because it's now going to be the second belt to contend for on one of the shows. So, in this case, SmackDown. But I just think that it needs to have some legitimacy and some sort of prestige going forward. Putting it on Darren Young, it's like giving the belt to a cat. The next match is Sasha Banks with question mark versus Charlotte and Dana. Now, this kind of predictable. Everyone's thinking it's going to be Bayley. Oh, I want that to be true. I really want to see Bayley called up to the main roster. I would like to see Bayley called up to the main roster. However, there's a small part of me thinking it may not be Bayley, because I think that's something to do with the website all being prepared. Have prepared a new imagery with Bayley in the middle of the NXT titles, of the NXT branding, and I just think if they're going to do that, I don't really see Bayley joining Raw anytime soon, or SmackDown. I think that it's just one of those things that we'll have to wait a little while longer before that happens, and it will be somebody else other than Bayley. But I hope they prove me wrong. But out of the two, I actually predict that Charlotte and Dana will win. I think it's going to be a heels night in many respects, apart from later on in the schedule. The New Day versus the Wyatts. I actually think that the Wyatts are going to win. Not only because the tag team titles aren't on the line, but the Wyatts are admittedly breaking up because of the draft. I think it will be the chance to give them one last win on their way out, and I also think it kind of brings the whole Xavier Woods being scared of the Wyatts thing to a close, as they'll be on separate shows. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. This is tough. Genuinely have a lot of reason to pick both. So, technically, in my mind, I flipped a coin. Didn't actually flip a coin because that would actually bother me finding a coin and flipping it, but I'm lazy. So, flipped a coin mentally, and I've gone with Sami Zayn. I know he won in their last proper bout, and I've got this fear that it's going to be one of those epic matches that have a very bad ending, and it's going to end with something like Kevin Owens hitting him over the head with a chair, or something shenanigans essentially is going to happen, and we won't get an outcome, and which means that it will go on till SummerSlam, and there will be some sort of stipulation involved that means that they will never face each other again for some unknown reason. The toilet break match is next. It's the Club versus John Cena and Enzo and Cass. I call it the toilet break match because no one's really invested in the outcome of this match. The Club are getting split up. John Cena really never going to have a future with Enzo and Cass, and it's all going to go down the pan when John Cena beats and AJ Styles in the next pay-per-view at SummerSlam anyway. So, but I do have John Cena and Enzo and Cass going over. As much as the Club don't need another loss, I just think that the WWE love Enzo and Cass at the moment, and they're going to give them the boost again, because I think they recognise the fact that Enzo and Cass are well over with the fans, and I think they'll be doing what they can to promote them to bigger stages. Finally, it's the Triple Threat Shield, the Shield Triple Threat match for the WWE Championship. Hopefully it's going to be the match of the night. Might be the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match from earlier, but let's hope it doesn't have a shenanigans end, and we'll have that be the main match of the night rather than the main event. But my outcome, genuinely think that Dean Ambrose will retain. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be an entertaining match. I think we'll see some very good spots, but I think the WWE Championship will remain on SmackDown. I think they also have a legitimate reason to keep it on Dean Ambrose and have Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship, which they'll introduce on Raw in some sort of contest or knockout contest to come together at SummerSlam, because that's always a cross-promotional pay-per-view. So, plus it's Roman Reigns' first match since he got banned. Giving it to a heel right now is not the right way to go. Well, let's hope he's a heel. Let's hope the WWE don't try and back him to be a babyface as well again, because that's just going to be boring. But Seth Rollins, he's getting a lot of face heat right now, which is brilliant because the WWE don't want him to be a face, but everybody loves him, and he comes out and he disses the crowd, but they all cheer for him anyway, which I think is hilarious. But I genuinely think that it's going to be one of those things that those two will go off, do their separate battle, and we'll have a genuine WWE champion in Dean Ambrose. Those are my predictions for Battleground. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You can hit me up on Twitter at EJ Sports, and thanks for watching.